This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Sylvia from Foreign Friends. Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Make sure to check out my channel by clicking on the link in the description below. Hope you enjoy your video.
Yeah, check that intro out. Can you dig it? Alright guys and girls, if you want to showcase your channel, click that link in the description below for all the rules and regulations. We are starting to come down even more on these rules and regulations because we definitely want to deal with content creators who wants to run a family-orientated channel. Alright, here it is, part 2, 2002 BMW 745i. Alright, check it out. Last time we dropped the oil pan, we saw some pieces in there, rubber and plastic, and we saw a little piece of plastic tab that was in there, which we had no idea where it was coming from. We still are not 100% sure where these parts came from. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back on part 1. We did look at a valve cover gasket, and the valve cover gasket set does have grommets and all that looks similar to parts of it, so we're going to go with it's that.
I think it's the intake manifold.
Sylvia thinks it's the intake manifold gasket. So check those out also. And let us know what you think, because they came off someplace. Unless somebody did something and they just dropped down there and they said, well, I will let the next mechanic worry about it. It's good, it's good, it's good. Go, go. So we got the new gasket and the new oil level sensor O-ring right from BMW. So we're going to clean up the oil pan gasket, clean everything up, and get this car back together and top it off with a synthetic oil change. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, here we go. Here goes our old pan and all. We need to clean this stuff up a little bit. First thing we're going to do, here's our oil sender. Oil level sender. I'm going to spray this up. Just clean that off, wipe that off a little bit. Put that to the side. And now what I'm going to do is, a little cover right there. I'm going to take all the bolts. And this is where I'm going to have to change my gloves in a second. Because I'm going to put all of them into my hand. Except for that. And then I'm going to take the spray. And spray them all down. Except for that one. Okay, and just put those down to the side. Dang it, man. Dang it. Alright, next, a little bracket. This bracket holds the wiring harness to the level sensor in place. Then I'm going to take my drain pan and bring it over here, set it up. You drain that stuff out. And now here's this is a big metal gasket up here. See if we can just pull it up. There it is. Dang it. Dang it. Now there's also a rubber seal that's actually part of the gasket. As you can see right there. Just happens to, it's like it wants to stay down to the stay on the pan. So what I'm gonna do is now take my little hand scraper and go around and get that up. Okay, let's go around and scrape that up. We'll be right back. Alright, we got that scraped off, nice and smooth. Let's turn it over. And we also got a new gasket, new O-ring for the oil level sender. Gonna scrape that off. Make sure it's nice and clean around there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is clean this up. So what we're going to do, still got our thing right here. What we're going to do is take an old rag, just throw the rag down in there. Take our carburetor cleaner. Spray a good amount in there. You want to let the rag soak it up, because you're going to use the rag. You're going to throw this out when you're done. And if you got a little gasoline, you can do that and use that as well. And you can see we're going to keep on going around, building up enough, and we're going to wash it out and wash around where the old gasket went. Looks like I'm going to have to spray some more, but you see what I'm doing. So let's spray that up more, clean it up, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. It looking nice and clean. All right, now this rag is done. But before we're done with that rag, we're gonna turn it over. Use the same rag. This part ain't gonna be that oily. You just want to go around it, clean it up, break all that dirt up. Throw that rag down, get you a nice clean rag, and then we're gonna go around and dry everything up. Look at that. And what we can do here, move our pan out the way now. Alright, let's clean that up, turn it over, and then we're gonna dry the other side. Be right back. Alright, this looks great. Let's turn this back over. Got that all dried up and all. Alright, now let's go get our new gasket. Be right back. Alright, here's our new gasket right from BMW. Do we got it in place? Everything lined up?
No.
This is how it's going up there anyway. I don't care.
No.
This is how it's going up there.
You know you're going to hear it.
Yeah. Okay, and here's our new O-ring for our oil level sender. And that just goes down there. No particular side. Want to make sure, right? Sets down into the groove. Right around there. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to put this up there.
You have to turn it over.
I'm not turning nothing over. Leave it alone. What the heck? Don't be touching.
Yeah. Now it lines up.
Yeah. Alright, guys. Let's grab our 13mm bolts.
So you don't have to put any kind of sealer or weather stripping or...
That's a very good question.
Nothing on it?
No. Do not put anything up here. Especially when you have any kind of rubber gasket or anything, do not put any kind of rubber, any kind of silicone up there, because it can damage that rubber. So do not put nothing. It stays just like it is. Actually, you know, in my opinion, if you can look at the thinness of that, my opinion, that the rubber part should have been more thicker. I mean, this is right from BMW. That should have been more thicker so it would seal better. And it's kind of, you can see my hand moving it right here. My finger right here, it's kind of flimsy. It's like, but I guess, let's see, you know, German engineering, they knew what they were doing. All right, so we got our bolts, got our bracket right here. The 3 nuts right here, we're not going to be putting on. Those goes to the oil level sender. So let's go get these up under the car, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. Up under the car. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take us a rag, and we need to wipe around where the old gasket went and get all that oil off of there. Great. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that's nice and clean. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, clean off our thing right here. Put that back. The next thing we're gonna do is take our pan, bring our pan up here, get about 2 bolts into your hand. They're 13mm bolts. Make sure our gasket and all is lined up. Holes are lined up. And one hand, we're gonna hold the pan up in the air. And then with the other hand, we're going to put a bolt in there. So 2 bolts in there on opposite sides. I'm not going to be able to do this by holding the camera at the same time, but this is what I'll be doing. I'll be putting it up just like that, and then my other hand is going to be putting 2 bolts in. So let's get 2 bolts started, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got 2 bolts in. We got one right there in, and I got one over here. These 2 you want to leave out because that's where our bracket goes for our wiring harness to our oil level sensor. That's going to go like that. Alright, so with that one like that, let's go around and get all the rest of our bolts in there. Again, you can just go ahead and you can put them in by hand. You definitely want to put them in by hand by about 2 or 3 threads. So in that way you definitely know it's not cross-threading, because if you can easily cross-thread this because it is going into aluminum. Alright, now you see I'm doing it with my hand, but what you can do is grab your 13mm socket, deep socket, that's what we're going to be using, put a bolt in there, and the washer is going to hold it into place. Then you take your hand with the thing like this, bring it up there, and you can put it just like that. Alright, so let's get the rest of them in, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're ready to tighten these bolts up. We got all the bolts lined up, everything is great, everything looking good. Now we're going to be using our cordless drill to tighten these up. But in case you don't have one, you're going to do one of these bolts by a ratchet, because what you want to make sure is, remember, this is going into aluminum, so it's easy to strip these out. So let's grab a bolt over here. This one you can see better, right here. Alright, first thing you want to do is bring that bolt in. Dang it, man. I should have did that already. Oops. That sure will kill me. Let me bring this thing up by hand. Alright, there we go. Where's our ratchet go? Okay. Now, if you're doing this by hand, what you want to do is tighten it up till it stops, and then snug it just a little bit more. That's all you're going to do. Do not strip that bolt out. And to make sure you don't get it confused, go ahead, do one, and then walk your way around and do all the rest and come around, and then just go around again one more time, just a little bit on each one. Alright, so again, I'm going to be using my cordless drill here. And once I do all this, then I'm going to get my ratchet and go around and snug it up just a little bit more, just to be sure. Alright, so let me walk all these around and we'll be right back. Alright, got all my bolts tightened up. Now I'm going to go around with my ratchet and I'm just going to just snug them just a little bit to make sure they did go right. That's perfect. Perfect. Alright, we're going to go around, do the rest of them, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do, let's get our rag and clean up around here a little bit better. Okay. Now, we're going to get our oil level sender. Let's set that into place. Right about there. And we got our 3 10mm nuts, wherever they're at. There they go. Let's get those up there. Get that in. And we can bring our harness from around there. And make sure it's going to plug up into there. This clicks into place. Pushes into the tabs on that little bracket. Okay, that's one. Now on these brackets, I should have showed you this in a minute. Should have showed you this. On these brackets, they got a little, see a little opening right there? That little tab right there bends down just a little bit, just to get that wire in there. Great, perfect. All right, now let's get our other 2 nuts up there, and then we're going to use a 10mm deep, and then we got it on our cordless gun, and we're gonna go there and just bring those up. Okay, we get the other one on, tighten it up, and we'll be right back. All right, we are looking good. Everything is looking great up under here. The next thing we'll do, we got our drain pan right here. Let's bring our drain pan a little bit over. We're gonna take our drain bolt out of here because the oil filter that we got from Federated, it comes with that new washer right there. And you definitely want something like that because you don't need this leaking. All right, now let's change our oil filter. Bring this over here. You got a 24mm head right here. So what we're going to use is a 24mm 1/2" drive with our 1/2" drive ratchet and about a 4 1/4" extension. And we want to get that up there, and it fits nice and snug up there. And let's turn that off. See if I can get a better angle at this. Spin this off of here. There you go. Alright. Take this by hand. Make our pans in. Look at that mess. Alright. Let's put this down. We're going to bring this out. Bring this whole pan out and all. So we can change the O-ring on it and all. Look up there, make sure we got nothing else up there. Nothing. No, nothing's up there. Alright, good. Now give me time to wipe my hands off too, because these hands are so much messed up. Alright, right back. Alright guys, here we go. We got the oil filter out. You know guys, this looks like BMW filter or energetic. I don't know, made in Germany. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him who he got his who did his oil changes. And the filter's supposed to just pop right out just like that. Put that down. We're done with that. Make sure there's nothing inside. Great.
Dirty oil.
Yeah. Wait a minute. CF55 Service Champ. If that's the Champ, Champ is a really cheesy, cheap oil filter. If this is Champ, that is, he had it done by one of them quick lube places. All right, here we go. We got our new filter. We got Federated.
Well, it'd be kind of.
Hold on, let me just tell them. I'm gonna push this piece down in here, and it's gonna snap into place, just like that. All right, go ahead. What you gonna say?
It's probably not done by BMW because the closest BMW to us is an hour away.
So he probably got it. So, you know, this is some cheap. Then that's that cheap Champ filter. We're gonna look up Champ numbers and see if that Champ number.
Where's that Champion?
No, that was Champ. Champ has there's an oil filter brand named Champ, but it's a really cheap one. You get it for like Precision Tune and them cheap oil places and all that. Yeah, it goes to show you. So let's set this down right here. This one come with the new rings and all. Open this up. As you saw, I pulled that one off, and we got a groove right here, down here. We're gonna put our new O-ring. Definitely want to change this O-ring. Don't take a chance in it leaking. And just roll it right down into that groove right there. All right. Make sure all of it is around. Perfect. I'm going to wipe that off because that's really oily. Alright, and the next thing we do, this goes for other filters, you're not going to need that one. Unless that thing came out. Unless, yeah, that O-ring probably goes in right there. But let's strip that whole thing out. So this actually thing going to need a whole new... I don't know what the heck somebody was doing. But we do got a new ring gasket for our drain plug. So we take that off. Put that on. Alright, and we're definitely going to be looking up this number. And Sylvia's going to be looking up this number in the meantime while we go up under here and put these back in. We'll be right back. Alright guys, while Sylvia's looking that up, again, she's going to be looking up Service Champ number, that CF55 11. She's gonna be looking up that. Let's see where that filter came from. See what's going on here. All right. In the meantime, we got a job to do. Let's get back up under here. And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our oil drain plug back in here. And don't forget to tighten that up. Okay. And that's a T50. And now we go over here and put our oil filter back up. Now also what you want to do, what I did here, is some of the old oil that was up there, you take it and you put it around the O-ring. That way that O-ring don't get bound up no kind of way. Alright, so we put the filter up, the housing up, screw it in by hand. Now guys, this is a plastic housing right here, alright? Yeah, I can feel the O-ring going in there. Alright, that's tight. Now, what I want to do now, this is not, and actually, you can see right here on it, it says tighten it 10 Newton meters. That is very, I mean, or, no, I'm sorry, over here, 25 Newton meters. So what the heck wait a minute, what the heck, man? They got this like in two different ways. Maybe, 10 maybe this one, 25 is the big one. Alright, so, but, being that I don't have that, we're just gonna bring it up there, tighten it up till it seals. Perfect. Done. We are done up on, oh no we ain't. About to say we're done. Alright, now we're gonna get our T50 Torx. Go ahead and tighten up the oil drain. And the oil drain, as soon as it stops, tighten it up a little bit more. Make sure that's tight, guys. Alright, that's metal. Make sure it's tight. Alright, we are done up in here. Everything looking good. Let's get, make sure to forget about our light. Alright, let's get everything from under here and let's go put the oil in. Be right back. Alright guys, I thought I was done, but I'm not. We still got our stuff shield up under here. And what we're gonna do is take our rag and get some of this stuff up out of here. This rag's is this one's being thrown away anyway. Get all that old oil and grease and all, and man, dang it, Wolf. Man. I picked the wrong job to be a mechanic, to not like it. All right, now we got 5 16mm bolts. Pan up under there. We got our 16mm or 5/8 shallow socket hooked up to our cordless drill. Let's get it up under there, and it just slid up under the cardboard. It slid up under my cardboard. Dang. Oh man, now I got dirt on the car. The heck? Alright guys, let me change my gloves and get that thing over the cardboard. Be right back. Alright, here we go. Let's get our pan over here. And we got the 5 bolts. You know what? I should have got my bag. Let's see here. Alright, what we're going to do is get our sump hooked up right here first. Since I'm doing this with one hand. Just bolt in. Just bolt in the hole. Bring the pan up. Guess not, huh? Alright, so check this out. Check this out. I'm going to use my foot to put this end up. And then I'm going to get in there. You know what? Better yet, I'm going to put the camera on pause. Can't do it. This sucks. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, put it up there. I got them in my hand right now. Because definitely, as I said, this is thing going into aluminum. So we want to put it in, well this is going to be in brackets. That's cool. Now let's take our cordless drill, 16mm or 5/8. Put them things right up there. Tighten them up, and once we tighten them up, take our rag and we're gonna clean up under here. We don't want it to make it look dirty. Even though the customer don't see it, it doesn't mean you do a shabby job and leave stuff messed up looking. All right, so we clean that up. Let's finish tightening those up, and then we're gonna let this vehicle down. All right, get the cardboard up under here, jack stands from up under here, and everything, so we can start putting this oil in. Then I can show you how much oil it takes and what kind of oil we're putting in. All right, be right back. All right, guys, we're on the top, Now, these vehicles take 8.5 quarts of fully synthetic oil. Now, we checked on that oil filter, that Champ, that Service Champ. Yeah, guys, check it out yourself. You can't find that oil filter nowhere but on eBay. So what does that tell you? I mean, eBay got some stuff up there, but no Advanced AutoZone. What are all of them? They don't even stock it. The thing is junk. People get it for like 50 cents each at these quick change lube places. So it goes to show you the quality of the oil filter they put in here. And this is supposed to be fully synthetic. So now it brings into question the quality of oil they put in here, which can really damage these engines. We're going to be going with Federated. The box says synthetic blend, but 5W30, but that's not what's in the box. We're going to be putting in 10W30 full synthetic maximum engine protection. This is some good oil right here. I definitely recommend this. And what I like about Federated, if you check it out, you cannot get Federated oil filters and stuff inside your local auto parts store. This has come right from Fisher Auto Parts, Federated, and they pretty much sell just to the professional side of the business, mechanics, the shops like us and all. It's a very good. So they know they got to give us quality stuff. So definitely, and the Fisher here, they will sell to you. They will sell it to you if you're off the street. Okay, so we're gonna put in the 8 quarts, start it up, check our oil, see where we are. Then we're probably gonna have to add in another ½ quart. All right, so let's open up, put our 8 quarts in there, and if you want, here I'll show you how this oil looks. I'll show you, give you an idea of how this oil looks coming out of here. I just kick that thing, and I gotta hold this in place here. Nice golden honey. Could have made a neck on the valve cover or something to make this a little bit easier. All right, there we go. That's 1. And now we're going to add in the other 7, and then we're going to start it up, check the oil, and probably add the other ½ quart. Be right back. All right, we got 8 quarts of oil in here. Now, as I said, the car takes about 8.5, but we're going to start it up with the 8, then check the oil, and then add it from there. So let's start this car up.
You can't get that squeaking though.
All right, we let the oil go through the engine. We'll shut it off. Now we're going to give it a minute to drain, and then we're going to check it. Now, when you check your oil, the car's got to be on level ground. Now, this one, the driveway is kind of like an incline a little bit, so I'm kind of expecting the oil thing was back there. I'm expecting that it's going to be a little bit on the dipstick. It's going to be a little bit higher than what it's supposed to be, just because of where we're at. So let's get a rag and check the oil, and we're going to be checking out that squealing noise. Also, we're going to be doing something with the AC, so stay tuned for future videos on that. We'll be right back.
Alright, so this is the end of part 2 on this oil pan gasket for this 2002 BMW 745i, and this vehicle has 165,000 miles. Alright, so just remember, if you go get an oil change done, especially if you have a BMW or Mercedes, a high-end car, you want to make sure that they put a good quality oil filter. Don't go to a quick lube place.
This guy,
for any reason, for any car, really.
He went to Precision Tune and had this done.
Yeah, so you...
Hey, y'all want to take the car?
No, we'll probably pick it up when we're ready to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so that just completely
I'll take
threw
the car.
me off.
I'll take the
Yeah,
car.
I'll take the car, period. Then I'm not bringing it back. So anyway, if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post them below in the comments section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.